Hey, Aramis.
So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aramis Singleton, and welcome to streaming, the streaming class. And today, we're going to do two things, of course, like we always do. So, the first hour, we're going to go recap what we did last week, and then the second hour, we're going to go over something new. So, let's go ahead and get into it. But this first hour, let me go ahead and just share this screen. All right. So last week, what we did, we went over how to monetize your stream, right? How do you make money from this thing that you have a passion for, that you love to do, right? How do you generate income? And there's a few ways that you can do that, right? You went over, getting contracts, getting sponsorships, and getting audience gifts, right? Um, Three things are very differently. The contracts I'm going to call endorsements, and the sponsorships, my sponsorships, they're two completely different things. But let's get into contracts. So, you want to get signed to a team, or organization, or a platform. How do you get these opportunities, right? So think of like endorsement deals. Think of something like Better Help or Fresh Chef or G Fuel or something like that. Usually, endorsement deals are deals you see where they may have a code like a 15% off or 20% off code. So it may be something like Eliza 20, you get 20% off of Better Help, or something like Aramis 15, you get 15% off of um, Fresh Shelf. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Those usually are endorsement deals. You see those all the time. Audible. That's another one that you usually see a lot of. Uh, FanDuel, NordVPN. These are more so endorsement deals. These are short-term deals that you get, that you receive, uh, that can help generate income. Pretty much the 15% that they save goes in your pocket, right? So if it's 15% off of $30, you get that 50% from that $30 into your pocket. That's how usually that works. So those are endorsement deals. But you'll want to make sure that you signed the contract, right? Remember that legal class covered this, and you just want to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. So when you do that, definitely make sure that you have all your ducks in a row with that. Um, Sponsorships, right? So sponsorships is another important way of monetizing your channel. In some cases, it can be the lifeblood of your channel, right? In other ways, it can be an addition. Sponsorship deals can include money, but also products from the brand that you have deals with. So think of like PDP, which makes controllers and mouses and keyboards. The peripheral company, Razer. They are also a peripheral company, but they also make laptops, and they make a bunch of crazy stuff. And of course, HelloFresh too, because you can sign a sponsorship with HelloFresh, right? You know, um, you should definitely sound like a 3-year sponsorship with this. So sponsorships are pretty much deals that you sign that can be yearly, right? So they can be a year, 2 or 3 contract, pay you decent money, a nice amount of money, where you can just have that sponsorship, right? Want to play this video real quick? This video pretty much explains to you about sponsorships and endorsement deals, and how the ins and outs of that work, and what to do and what not to do, and how can you get those opportunities, right? Because you really want to just really get these opportunities pretty much by just being consistent, right? Streaming, steady growing your fan base, your audience, steady growing your community, and to the point to where people will notice you, right? To the point to where you can get you a manager, which we will talk about in the second hour, your stream team. So let's go ahead and play this video real quick. It's about like 15 minutes. Definitely have really great information in it, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. I'll give you 1 second.
What's up, guys? Harris here. I wanted to talk to you about something really important and really kind of hard to talk about today, and that's sponsorships. And not just the standard sponsorship videos that you see a lot of, like, oh, get your elevator pitch ready, network as much as you can, blah, 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 which are usually good, but they're very surface level. And I would just like to get into more of the nitty-gritty of sponsorships and actually talk about how they work and things you need to look out for when you should start looking for sponsorships. The stuff that really you can only give advice on if you're very experienced in the area. And unfortunately on Twitch, there's not a lot of people who have extensive experience with working with brands or sponsors. And really the only streamers on like Twitch or Mixer who are doing these large sponsorships or brand deals are either the top 20 to 30 streamers who then of course aren't making videos about them afterwards. Two, people who are signed to organizations like pro players who then of course aren't actually making a single dollar off of them anyway. And then people like me who are have an extensive history of social media and came from other platforms like YouTube or Instagram, where brand deals are much more prevalent and have a lot more history, and then moved over to Twitch. So fortunately, that's the kind of experience that I can share. I've worked with well, I'll just put logos on the screen. This is every company I can think of that I've worked with over the past 5 years. And there are just a lot of things that you should know before heavily pursuing sponsorships or brand deals. And so I view this video as super important, because this isn't a video about setting up your OBS, getting rid of some dropped frames, or setting up your light just right. This is about turning your stream into a business. This is about turning this into a career and actually making money, and some of the mistakes that a lot of streamers make that end up sometimes being career breaking. It's important that you have an understanding of how much a streamer is making for having a tiny little logo underneath his camera during his stream. And by the way, spoiler, more times than not, it's absolutely nothing. By the way, I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday evening on Twitch. Link to that down in the description below. Also, if you find this helpful, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. I've had the incredible experience over the past 5 years of being a full-time content creator, of working with some of the top name brands. And some of these experiences were absolutely incredible, and some of them were nightmares, and I will never want to work with those brands again. Some of these were simple one-off brand deals. Some of them were longer-term sponsorships. These deals were the lifeblood of our careers because we were running a music channel and we weren't able to monetize anything. Nope. 22 million views, and Warner Brothers took every single penny. And called and threatened legal action, by the way. They made Kenji cry. Not a fan. But these brand deals made up almost 100% of our income. So I would like to share with you guys a little bit more about how these work, some do's and don'ts of sponsorships, and of course, how you should treat your channel to best prep yourself for turning it into a career in the future. First off, you guys came into the video because the word sponsorship was in the title, and now I'm talking about brand deals. Let's talk about the two words and what they mean. They are technically pretty interchangeable, but generally in the industry, when someone says brand deal, they're talking about a one-time exchange deal. The brand gives you money and or a product. You in return advertise said product on your channel, and yeah, you're pretty much done. You've seen a handful of these on this channel, and even a couple of videos throughout the rest of this month are going to have these kind of brand deals on them. The word sponsorship, however, is often used when you're talking about a long-term contract. You rep the brand for a number of months or years, whether it's putting their logo on your stream or like them using your likeness on their website. You basically become integrated with the brand. These aren't as cut and dry as the others, and even though they're longer, they often pay less, and because the deliverables aren't as clear, they can often get a little sketchy. It's often just a way for a company to brand your channel, much like the way a rancher brands his cattle. But for some reason, there's kind of this weird perspective among small streamers, and sometimes larger streamers too, that if you have sponsors, you're legit. This mindset can actually be a huge hindrance to streamers, and let me explain why. And I'm not just talking about one of those like, oh, your mindset is in the wrong place kind of hindrances. This causes streamers to make poor decisions with their brand. This makes poor decisions with their money. This causes them to make poor decisions with their time. You guys know, if you've been following the channel for a while, I did a video a while back on how to approach brands and kind of what sponsors want to hear from you when you approach them. I did a second video then on analyzing some big gaming brands' affiliate programs and how to spot predatory ones. Consider this video like the third installment of the sponsorship series, and one, unfortunately, that a lot of you guys are going to click away from because I am going to be saying some things that you don't want to hear. But it's about why you should stop trying to get sponsors. For now. while you're at home. There's a time and a place for everything, and when you're at gaming events, you should approach every sponsor possible, even the ones you don't want to work with. But for now, stop. And just to put some validation behind that, so you know I'm not just lying to you, so I get to keep all the sponsors for myself. In the past 5 years of doing what I do, I have reached out to fewer than 5 sponsors. I just don't do it. There's no reason to do it. Let's talk about how they work. Before a sponsorship contract is written up, an evaluation of your brand value is done. The brand will look at the reach you have on your channel and on your socials, and not just the number of followers. In fact, that's probably one of the least important ones on there. They will look at the engagement and the influence that you have with your audience. So for example, the amount of likes and follows that you get on your tweets, or how fast you are growing, or what is the reason that people follow you. Do they just think you're entertaining, or do they actually respect your opinion on a topic? If you'll let me be completely transparent with my business here, one of the big things that I share with brands is my Amazon associate numbers, how much actual merchandise I sell via the links in the description of the videos, because that gives the brand a very real number of how my videos translate into sales. So by the way, everybody who's purchased anything from a link, thank you. And by the way, I do plan on being incredibly transparent in this video, if you're okay with that. Not just giving you theoretical answers of how this works, but actually giving you real numbers of what I work with. I feel like that would actually help you understand what you should look for and what you should expect. So the brand will come to you with an offer. If you put an ad in your video for our product, we will pay you this amount. That number will always be less than what you're worth every time. It's not anything personal. It's just the way business works. Now, if you have great representation, like an agent, the brand will come to you and say, hey, we want to pay you $2,000 for this brand integration. The agent will come back and say, no. Harris knows what he's worth, and his video is worth $4,000. And they'll go back and forth until they finally settle on $3,000, which is probably the most accurate representation of what it's worth. And by the way, just to kind of pull the curtain off of this for a little bit, I probably started doing brand deals on this channel at about 50,000 subscribers. And to do a, let's say, 1 minute integration to the beginning of a video, I would probably get paid anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000. Now that the channel is above 100,000 subscribers, a more realistic number of what we generally negotiate is probably between $3,000 and $6,000. Now keep in mind that this channel has an incredibly high engagement rate. We get a lot of views and likes and comments compared to our number of subscribers. Not to mention the content on this channel is super brandable. So compare that to someone who's maybe doing gaming videos on their YouTube channel and has 100,000 subscribers. They're probably doing brand deals for anywhere from $500 to $1,500. But this also allows me to be incredibly picky with sponsors on my channel, and I can say no to any kind of sponsors that would either hurt the channel or would hurt you. Now, I've shared a lot of information similar to this in videos before, and since then I've gotten numerous questions about how do I get sponsors? How do I get an agent? The point of me resharing this information with actual numbers is to drive a point. Until your channel has actual value in the market, you will not make any money off of these. The mistake streamers make is they think that having sponsors legitimizes your channel, but all that's doing is you're putting the cart before the horse. The only way you're going to get any kind of return from any of these sponsors is if you've already put in the work, you've created the content, and you've built an audience before you try to get the sponsors. I can promise you that having a G Fuel logo on your stream will, 1, not get you any more viewers, and 2, all you're going to get is a tiny percentage off of G Fuel, which then you're going to use to buy more G Fuel than you would have bought otherwise, costing you more money. Do you see the marketing scheme here? It can actually get worse too. Let's say you do sign one of these contracts and then you actually do blow up and you have value in the market. Oftentimes you're signed to a long-term commitment and you're restricted from working with any of those companies' competitors. So when Razer Respawn reaches out to you, you have to say, nope, sorry, I'm signed with G Fuel, not making any money. By the way, this isn't like an anti-G Fuel thing. I'm just using them as an example because everybody puts G Fuel on their stream, and I can guarantee you 99.9% of these streamers are not getting paid a dime. The only time you'll actually get something out of a brand sponsorship that you sign early on like this is if it's 1, a brand that you really love and you want to be committed to, and 2, it's one of those affiliate type programs that as you grow, the rewards grow as well and you grow with them. And you know, there are some companies that do some really cool let's grow together kind of programs. But there is actually one more really large detriment that comes with reaching out to sponsors early. There is a real issue here, and I want you to seriously think and consider this. Sponsorships are distracting. They are a distraction from the real focus that you need to have. Right now, unless you're like a top tier player in a game or a pro, the only real way to grow on live streaming platforms is to create content outside the platform on more discoverable platforms and then bring that audience in. And for new streamers, that's an incredibly overwhelming thought, especially if you don't know how to edit content and you don't want to learn. And the idea that if you just got a sponsor, it would legitimize you and it would help you grow, like some affiliate programs would have you believe, is a massive distraction and an excuse not to do the important things that you need to be doing. Real talk, guys, you only have a certain amount of hours in the day, and you only have a certain amount of bandwidth that your brain can focus on in any of those given hours. If you're spending all of your time grinding Twitch or Mixer, hoping to get that sponsorship that will one day make you big, you're going to spend years grinding to eventually turn around and realize you wasted a lot of time. Focus on the content. Focus on learning how to create content, and then focus on learning how to improve that content. Create things that build your value in the market rather than spending your time trying to strike deals before you have any value to offer them in return. All right, let's end this video with some do's and don'ts. Do approach every brand when you go to an event. Ask for their social media manager. Nail down your pitch. Figure out how to best sell yourself. It's a great practice opportunity to learn to be more professional in the industry. Don't spend any of your time at home trying to email and get sponsors. Instead, do spend your time learning to create good content and consume content, by the way. You wouldn't believe how many hours a day I watch YouTube and Twitch analyzing these streamers and content creators, figuring out what makes a content creator good, what I can emulate and apply to my own content. If you want to be in the industry, you have to learn the industry. Don't try to go out and get an agent until you are large enough to actually make good deals. Agents don't magically make great sponsorships appear out of midair, and good agents only make money if you make money. Chances are if someone's willing to represent you before you offer a lot of value to the market, they're probably trying to rip you off. They're probably going to ask for a fee up front and a monthly fee. They're just taking your money. Look, here's my general rule of thumb. You'll know when you're ready to start working with sponsors when sponsors start reaching out to you. You'll know when you're ready to get an agent when agents start reaching out to you. I've worked with 3 major agencies in my time as a full-time content creator, and I didn't reach out to any of them. I focused on the content and they came to me. And I hope you found this helpful. If you do have any further questions on this, again, you can jump into my stream. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do a lot of just chatting, answering a lot of these kinds of questions. Link again down in the description below. Also, we do have a massive community on Discord. Link to that down in the description below. It is full of streamers trying to turn this into a career. Find some people you can talk to. And as always, happy streaming.
What was I fighting again?
That was just a quick video that I want to show you. I'm going to go over his do's and don'ts that he was doing. Let me give me a second. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go over the do's and don'ts right here because these are very, very important. They're very, very helpful about what to do and not to do so I get sponsorships for brand deals, right? So please do not email a bunch of companies trying to get their attention, trying to go ahead and get their endorsement deals, their brand deals, because it's probably not going to work. If anything, they're probably going to put you in the blacklist. And that's the last thing that you really, really want to do, right? You want this stuff to come naturally. That's the name of the game, is that you want this stuff to come naturally. Just like you want to build your brand naturally, right? You want to build your audience naturally. You want to build your community naturally, and you want to get the notoriety of you having a really great peaceful community, really great big brand, big following. You want all that to come naturally, right? So don't do that, but do approach brands at events, right? So if you go to like right now, like this weekend's the auto show, right? The auto show is this weekend. If you go to an auto show, if you go to like some of these cons, right? BlurCon or Comic Con or Dream Con or C2E2, and you see a lot of brands, approach them, right? Introduce yourself, approach them, make that connection. Primarily, you probably want your manager to do that, right? Introduce you to, but before you get your manager, you want to do that, right? You want to go ahead, introduce yourself, make that connection. So later down the line, they can check you out. They can see that you have a following, and they'll reach out and offer you a brand deal or a sponsorship deal, right? Create content. You need to stay consistent with your content, right? You definitely want to do that. That's something I'm always telling you, I'm always preaching you, is that you always want to create content. So you want to stay consistent, right? So if you're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and every other Saturday and Sunday, stay consistent. You don't want to just do a day or two and then you don't cast for a week and then do another 2 days. No, you need to stay consistent Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every other Saturday. So one weekend you may do a Saturday, the other weekend you may do a Sunday, right? But that's how it works. And also consume content, because in order for you to stay relevant, in order for you to continue building your audience, you need to consume content, right? You need to watch others' trends. You need to watch what's going on in the now in pop culture, in music or sports or video games, etc. You want to always consume content so you can stay in that. But that's pretty much how that works. And then lastly, we do have audience gifts, right? So audience gifts are donations. You have like donations. Donations are a great way to monetize your stream, but it also shows the support that you have for your community. Remember that they are donations from your fans and subscribers, and that any amount is grateful. The donations can come from plenty of avenues, super chat donations to PO meal box deliveries, right? I'm not gonna play the video because it was just pretty much the video was just pretty much showing you how you can add a PayPal box link to your OBS overlay. That's pretty much what that was. But audience gift is definitely a great way for you to make money. It's definitely a great way for you to support your channel. Um, that can come in a variety of ways, with the main one possibly being super chat donations, right? You have your super chat donations on Twitch, YouTube, pretty much that's how they donate money, right? They're in the chat. There's a little box right there next to your the comment box. You put your comment in. You can hit the money sign next to it, and you can donate any amount that you would like. Super chat donations, right? So this podcast that I watch, he live stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and when it's wrestling. It's a wrestling podcast, so he streams on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and if it's a pay-per-view with WWE or AEW, he live stream after pay-per-view. And he gets a lot of super chat donations and he get a nice chunk of change from that, right? YouTube is definitely going to get their cut, but he still get a nice chunk of change after that. So, and that's a way for him to help sustain his channel, even though he have a full-time job. He have a full-time job, but that is definitely a way for him to sustain his channel, right? He used that money to, buy new equipment. If he may go to a wrestling event, all this other stuff. So it's dope, right? So that's definitely a way for you to make money. PO box mail deliveries is another one, right? You have that where people will send you things, kind of so their own heart, maybe some clothes, maybe a video game, maybe something special. They definitely send that to the PO mailbox, right? So when you do that, please do not give out your personal home address. Please look into renting out a PO mailbox. You can go to your post office. You can go to UPS store, FedEx store, have them also. So these are the things that you can do to protect yourself if you want to open yourself up to really mail deliveries, right? Get a PO box. Another way that they also donate money is from fan subscriptions. Gift subs, right? Gift subs are pretty much people that donate a subscription. This more so with like Twitch. I know YouTube also has something similar now, but pretty much what that is that you have people that give subscriptions to your channel to other community members that may not be able to afford it at this time or whatever, right? Pretty much that money goes back into their pocket, right? So money goes into their pocket. So if a subscription is like $9.99 a month, that $9.99 a month is being paid on someone else's behalf, and that money is going to your pocket. So that's another way for you to make money right there with the audience gift. And that is the end of our recap. Now, let me exit this out and let me turn on my camera. Stop sharing. Now, let me go ahead and spotlight this. Okay, now we're going to talk about now is your stream team, right? You have your stream team. Uh, you're not going to be able to see me. That's fine. Give me 1 second as I set some things up. Give me 1 second.
So about our Twitch, by the way, a brand that people could recognize. So it has to be either a brand that's created by you. Would people say would you have to be like more specific so people could be sponsored by you and
Say,
hold
say,
on.
say that again, Elijah. I don't understand. Can you say that again, please?
So if you want to have your own brand, you have to think of a name, create the logo, and get people to recognize the brand you're talking about.
No. So what I'm saying is, in order for you to get brand deals and sponsorships, you need to create content. You have to always create content, stay consistent with that, right? When you're
Right.
talking about your own brand, right? Your own brand, like how to differentiate yourself from everybody else. That's something that you have to figure out, like what separates you from everybody else. But in order to get noticed, you need to also always build your following, right? You need to build your following and build your community so you can stand out. So these people that give out brand deals or sponsorships can notice you in order for you to get those brand deals or sponsorships so you can generate money for your channel.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what that is. Now, um, let's talk about the new lecture today, which is your stream team, right? You have your stream team. Your stream team is going to be the team around you 24/7, 365 for the most part, right? It can be made up of 5 to 6 people of the that's going to be around you, right? So a couple weeks ago, I was saying how you're going to be doing a lot of your editing by yourself, right? When you do your videos and you make your shorts for YouTube Shorts, for TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever, you're going to be doing a lot of this by yourself, right? Unless you have a really cool friend or a really great family member to help you out. For the most part, it's going to be on you for a while, right? But once you start generating money, once you start generating income, you want to hire a stream team. What is a stream team, you may ask, right? A stream team is pretty much people that are going to be doing a lot of things for you, right? Because the number one thing that you can always try to get is more time. Because more time that you have for yourself is more time you can develop to the channel. You don't want to spend time on trying to edit your videos or posting everywhere or doing this and doing that. If you can let that be with other people, that would be great. So what do your stream team consist of? Well, an editor. Let me go ahead and just maximize this a little bit. An editor. We're gonna do the stream team. You got your editor, right? Your editor main job is going to be pretty much editing your content, right? Real time as your videos being streamed is being recorded. So your editor will have access to the files to take clips from your live stream, make a YouTube short and just make a short period and post it on YouTube shorts, Instagram, Reels, TikTok, all of that, right? Because you don't want to spend time after you get done streaming for an hour or two, an hour and a half, 2 hours. You want to spend all that time editing your videos. You're tired, you're exhausted, you want to rest your brain, you want to kind of detach from everything for a while, you want to probably eat some dinner, you just want to chill and relax. So you want to lead all that to your editor. That's going to be probably the most important part of your training team. After that would be your manager. Your manager is going to be the one that handles the behind the scenes conversations that you are going to be a part of, but your manager is going to be the one that set everything up. He's the one that's going to meet with these brand deal associates. He's the one that's going to meet with these people that want to give you sponsorships. He's the one that's going to just set all that stuff up. He's going to handle the contracts. He's going to read over everything along with your lawyer, right? Who can always definitely also be part of your stream team too. These two are going to work hand in hand with a lot of stuff. Make sure that you're protected from yourself. You're protected from a lot of the shadiness that can go on in the streaming industry, and just make sure all your contracts are straight. That you're getting paid the money that you're supposed to be paid. and that you can also pay the other members of your stream team. So you have your editor, you have your manager, you have your lawyer. You're also going to have a social media manager, right? What is a social media manager, you may ask? They're pretty much going to be posting and handling all your social media. So your Twitch, your Twitch, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, your X, your Blue Sky, your Kick, whatever social media platform you have, they're going to be in control of all over it. They're going to make sure that you they're going to make sure that you are everywhere. That you're posting your videos, you're posting your shorts, you're promoting yourself out there in that space, because that is going to be the most important thing for you to get your name out there. Is just getting in that space. After that, you would have your graphics editor. Your graphic editor is also important. Why, you may ask? Because your graphic editor is going to be the one that pretty much goes out there and goes out there and make your graphics for your channel, how your channel looks and how it feels. If you want to have a blue theme with some type of anime, that Persona 5 or whatever, he can make something similar to that. Me, I love mechs, I love Gundam, I love Robotech, all that stuff. So if I went to my graphic editor, to a graphics editor and told the graphic editor what I would like, they would try to make my vision come to life for my channel, right? They'll make my overlays, they'll make my logo, all of that, right? And then after that, you last but not least, but definitely also very, very important, is your moderators. Right, your moderators. What are your moderators? Your moderators are going to be the ones that's going to be on your channel, watching the live chat, right? Making sure that your community can have a safe space where they can congregate and they can talk, right? You don't want people to come into your chat bad actors, right? You don't want bad actors coming into your chat just ruining that, saying a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of sexist things, racist things, just a lot of stuff that's out of order. You do not want that, right? You want your community to feel safe as they possibly can. So it's your job to help moderate the chat. With the first five, you would probably have to hire the first five, right? So with these five right there, you would probably have to hire, right? You're going to have to hire and pay them out of pocket. The moderators, though, is something different. With your moderators, usually a lot of streamers, they get some of their day one community members that have been there from the beginning, that always want to watch you grow. They usually get them and they help moderate the chat. So these are the people that want to make sure that your channel can continue growing, that they continue having a safe space to talk about, and they're going to X out or block, all the nonsense and riffraff that can go on in your chat if left unchecked, right? Usually you have the idea of how you want to handle that, or they have an idea, or you have an idea how you want to handle that. Usually, sometimes they ban them from the chat for like 15 or 30 minutes for the first offense. Well, no, the first offense is a warning. The second offense is like 15, 30 minutes, or even an hour blockage for you to post anything in the chat. And then I believe like the third offense sometimes can just be permanent banning, right? So you have an idea of what you want to do when you're hiring your moderators, the rules that you want to put down. These are the things that you would do. So this is what I would like you to do, Elijah and Gabby. What I would like you to do is pretty much, I want you to look at this list, right? I want you to tell me, if you had the money, you had the funds, right? Let's say you had $1,000. You can pay this person $250 a week for 4 weeks, right? I want you to tell me, right? And I'm gonna put this right here too. Which member of the stream team that you would hire first? Right, and I want you to take time, so I'm going to give you like 10 to 15 minutes. I want to give you time, right? Which member of the stream team you would hire first, right? Because all of these are very, very important. But let's say that you only had, like I said, $1,000. You only had a certain amount of money to pay them for the first month, right? Which member of the stream team will you hire first? I want to give you 10, 15 minutes to, think about it, look at the list. If you want to do some research on Google to see which one you should hire first, you can go ahead and do that. Um, but when I come back, I'm gonna ask you the question, and I want you to tell me why you would hire them, and I want to tell you who I would hire first, and we'll continue on with the lecture. So go ahead, 10, 15 minutes, think about it, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
4 more minutes. I'm gonna give y'all 4 more minutes.
So when I found out what these were, I got to work. But before that, I marveled at their creation and artwork. These three working together. This one cleaning off. These ones, I guess, taking care of eggs. This one getting a kiss. And I guess these on top of nest cars or something. See the tag tags too. I took off for gasoline. So, one day, and oh, what's coming back? See. Stop. This works. So we found out they were Apache. People bosses, but I was the execution on.
All right. So let's go ahead and so Elijah, so which member of the training team would you hire first? Elijah, can you hear me? Hello, Elijah, can you hear me? All right, how about Gabrielle? Gabrielle, which member of the training team would you hire first? Hello, Gabrielle. All right. Well, I will just go. So the member of
Lawyer.
who?
Lawyer.
A lawyer? Why a lawyer?
Oh, because if you like get in trouble with legal troubles, the lawyer can help you.
Okay. All right, that's a good answer. Elijah, what about you? Elijah, can you hear me? All right, we'll wait till Elijah come back. But for now, I will tell you who I will hire. I will hire an editor first. An editor would give me more time to pretty much dedicate myself to my channel and also give me some more free time to do whatever I need or want to do. Like I said, like you don't really want to go ahead and have to edit a 2 hour video to put it on YouTube or to take shorts from, take clips from it and make your shorts and post them everywhere. You don't really want to do that. That's time consuming. It takes too long, and you will be dog tired. And when you have your off days, you want to have your off days to pretty much relax and enjoy to yourself for yourself, right? So you want to go out to eat, or you want to go do this, you want to do that. You go to the doctor, take care of yourself. That's what your days that you're not streaming is made for. So that's very, very important. That's why I would pick the editor. Um, After an editor, it would probably be my manager because I would be looking to my manager to look for opportunities to um to enhance my channel, right? I want to be able to make money. I want to be able to get into some rooms, break some doors down, get into some rooms, and make some really, really good connections that will help us in the future. After I hire my manager, it would probably be my lawyer. I would probably hire my lawyer after that. Well, like Gabrielle said, I want to be able to protect myself, right? If I get into trouble for something that I did that I had no idea I was doing, or whatever the case may be, my lawyer would have my back and going to defend me rigorously and aggressively the best they can. After my lawyer, it would probably be my graphics editor because I want my channel to look a certain way. Your graphics editor and your regular editor will usually work hand in hand to give an idea of how you want your channel to look and how you want your channel to feel, right? Because that's going to go into our next topic once I'm done with this. But it will be logos, right? Because you need a logo to identify yourself, right? You want to have a logo. I have a logo for my side business, Singleton Tech Services. I talked to a graphics editor. We worked hand in hand with that, and we was able to come to type of understanding and agreement on what my logo should be, and she knocked it out the park. So having a logo, having a having a logo is very, very important, and we're going to get into that in a few minutes. After that, after I hired my graphics editor, it would be my social media manager. Like I said, even more time. So my editor and my social media manager would work hand in hand because my editor would be providing the social media manager clips and shorts that she can post everywhere. Um, yeah, clips and shorts that she can post everywhere. And again, less time that you have doing that, it's more time for you to do what you need to do for yourself and for your channel. And then, of course, lastly, be your moderators, right? Well, that'll probably be one of your first things that you end up be hiring because your moderators will be there unpaid at first, right? They will probably do that unpaid until you establish money, you establish an income, you generate an income, then you can give your moderators a salary that, you think they should be getting a decent raise. So your moderators probably technically be the first employees you hire because it would be free. And then later on down the line, you will go ahead and you pay them their due. So that's your stream team. Like I said, your stream team is there. They're going to be with you pretty much for the whole ride of your streaming career, right? Castanet have a stream team, right? Pokimane have a stream team. Ninja, Duke Dennis, Asho Speed. They all have a stream team around him that allows him to pretty much do a lot of the things that he's doing, right? For example, let's take Asho Speed and Castanet. They was pretty much everywhere the past couple of weeks. Royal Rumble, and they was working at the Royal Rumble. They was streaming at the Royal Rumble. If you watch their streams, they was streaming from their stream, the Royal Rumble, right? We all seen having the Asho Speed. Castanet was there. He was in the front row. But them having a stream team allows them to be able to do things like that, right? Castanet, he went to the Royal Rumble, got on a plane and head to LA to go to the Grammys, right? So that's a lot. But because of that, because he have a stream team, because he have his manager setting everything up with the logistics of, okay, you can be here, this plane leave Indianapolis at this time, you can get to LA at this time, we'll have this hotel for you, we'll have your suit tux, your tux is tailor fitted for you, all of that, this, that, and the third. That is where your manager comes into play because your manager doesn't just break down deals. it also allows him to be able to set things up, your plane rides, your hotel logistics. Um, Make sure you have access to certain places, right? We want to make sure that you have access to the Grammys, right? He got the right to the Grammys. We want to make sure that his credentials is all good for that. The Royal Rumble, we want to make sure your credentials is all good for that, to be backstage, to be in the front row, this, that, and the third. Your manager does a lot. He wears a lot of hats. He's your secretary. He's your advisor. Your planner. He does a lot, or he or she does a lot, right? Like your manager does a lot. So it's very, very important that you have a manager pretty much taking care of all of that stuff. The less time you have to worry about all that stuff, it's the more time for you, right? And when you have your stream team, you definitely do want to have a level of trust with your stream team, because these are the people that main job is make sure that you look good to the whole world. Period. Right? They want to make sure that you look good to the whole world, because if you look good to the whole world, they look good to the whole world, and they can get paid and they can get other opportunities. Right? You may have your editor, and your editor may get offers to edit other content for other streamers, productions for other TV shows, this, that, and the third. Right? So it's very, very important that you trust your stream team, and it's very, very important that they help you look good and they give you more time to do anything else, everything and anything else, right? So that's where you're managing your editor. I think you're talking about your lawyer, social media manager. Like I said, give you more time to yourself, because they're gonna be posting everywhere. You don't want to go through that, and then your moderators. So speaking of moderators, I'm going to play a video. If you give me a second. I believe I have it.
What you said as you would hire first, I gotta
Yes.
say, I'll allow it. Normally I would hire a lawyer first, because if something gets complicated for me and I don't know how to do it, I think I would hire my lawyer first.
A lawyer. Okay, so why would you hire a lawyer first, Elijah?
Because if I get myself into a complex situation, and my lawyer can help me solve the problem of what I did wrong, and then all I have to do is just like replace it with something else, and and there you go. The problem will be solved.
And look, that's not a wrong answer at all, right? Any answer that you give me, I wouldn't disagree with anybody that gave me any of the answers on this list, right here. Let me just share it again. Right, I'm not disagreeing with anybody that says out of this six, who they want to hire first. Well, technically five. Like I said, six is who you would pretty much hire first for the most part. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. But I wouldn't disagree with you with a lawyer, right? You wanted your lawyer because your lawyer could protect your butt in case you get in trouble for doing something unintentionally or whatever the case may be, right? Your lawyer is going to have your back, right? If you do something and you get a copyright strike that you don't agree with, you can send your lawyer. They can have a dialogue to get that copyright strike removed from your Twitch account or your YouTube or whatever the case may be. So your lawyer is definitely important, right? Specifically, something more so with Twitch. I mean, YouTube too, but YouTube, their copyright strike to get them removed is it's a bit more lax than something like, say, like Twitch. But Twitch is kind of hard, so that's why you have a lot of people that sign with affiliate channels, that sign with affiliate companies that pretty much does the dirty work. And that's something I do want to talk about too, real quick, too, is the affiliates, right? So, in order to bypass you hiring your own training team, you can also always sign with an affiliate, right? Affiliate is pretty much an organization that pretty much take care of all of this right here that you see on screen for you, right? They're going to have their own editors. They're going to have their own managers. They're going to have their own lawyer, their own social media managers, graphic editors, moderators, all of it, right? Their sole purpose is to pretty much you hire them or you sign with the affiliate, you give them a piece of your money, and they do take everything for you, take care of everything for you. It's not a bad thing to do, be with an affiliate, But I will always suggest that if you do have the opportunity to run your own stream team, to have your own collective, to do that, because it's nothing like having your own, right? You don't want to be under an umbrella where you and them have to answer to somebody else, right? That stream team that's specifically assigned to you and 5, 6 other people, you want to be your own boss. You know, right? You want to have your own ownership. So affiliates is cool. If you think it works out for you, you can go ahead and sign out. But if you don't mind, my advice, I would say you go ahead and you just sign your own trade team, be your own boss. But a lawyer is definitely something for you to have. You know what I'm saying? Anybody on this list that you would pick is definitely something to have first. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this video. This video right here is going to talk about how to mod on Twitch and the tips and tricks of how to handle your chat, right? Because it can get crazy. It can get a lot of crazy. So this video, we're going to talk about that. We're going to discuss. Then we're going to talk about logos, and then that would be the end of the lecture today, and then it would be Sammy. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to start it.
My name is Nick, aka Loaded Wombat, and you're looking for how to mod on Twitch. I've got 10 things that you need to know as a mod to be the best mod in the freaking world, to be the God mod, okay? But before we jump into that, I want to remind you that if you have any questions during this video, you can either drop them in the comments down below, or you can come visit me on my stream live on Twitch Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time till about 6 p.m. Pacific time. That link is down in the description below. Without further ado, though, let's get into the video. Number one is probably one of the most important things. Like if you're just about to get modded or somebody asks you to be a mod, this is probably one of the most important things to think about, and is really, should I be a mod? You want to start to realize that you're going to have to be spending a little bit more time in this person's stream and have a little bit more dedication to the stream in general and the community that is being built. You're really saying that I believe in this stream and I believe in this community and I want to push it forward and I want to have an important role in this community. Make sure that you can spend enough time within the community. I would say you kind of want to be there for at least like 70% of streams or more. I'd say 70% probably at the lowest. I don't really hold my mods to some like strict rules, but if my mods can't really be there, I normally kind of take them out of that mod role because the nature of modding is just being able to be there. It's something to think about. I just wanted to open up with that one and for that to be our first thing so that you guys can really think about that. Make that decision. It's not the craziest, biggest thing you've ever accepted. It's still something that you don't want to take lightly. Number two is to find out the rules of the streamer, when they want you to ban, when they want you to time out, and all that kind of stuff. Basically, you want to maybe have a conversation with the streamer in DMs or on Discord or whatever it is, or maybe they have a predetermined like, you know, rules list for mods, or other mods can talk to you about this. Get a climate for what you want. So you really want to ask the streamer in 3 different areas. When do you want me to ban somebody? When do you want me to just time them out? Or when do you want me to just delete their message? So those 3 things are pretty dang important. And modding isn't only policing, and we're going to get into that in a little bit, but those are very important because you don't want to hurt the streamer in any way and what they're trying to build, because you're really an extension of the streamer and you would want to really do what they would do in that situation. Number 3 is mod view. This is something that Twitch added just a few months ago to make it easier for mods to be able to mod. So we're going to jump in here. I'm going to show you kind of like some of the most important things, but for the sake of time, I can't go through every single little detail. I do have a video up here in the cards that kind of takes you through each and every step of mod view, but we're going to kind of just do a flyby on this one and show you the most important pieces. So let's dive right into that right now. So this is mod view, and I'm going to show you guys kind of some of the most important features of mod view and some of the most important things. It's pretty obvious with what some of the things you have here. Obviously, you see the stream, you see the chat. A couple of cool things with the chat and quick ways that you can mod. Now, obviously, I don't have anybody chatting right now, so I can't really look at it like, you know, how I would click on somebody's name or whatever. But I'm going to go into the users in chat and we're just going to click on Nightbot. This is kind of what you'll see when you click on somebody's name in mod view, and you'll see quite a few different like functions here. You can do things like see their different chat logs. You can see the amount of timeouts they have. You can see the amount of bans they have, and you can see the amount of mod comments. So if you have a comment, maybe like, hey, this person's been trolling a lot lately, or this person's been, you know, doing whatever, it's kind of good to really document those types of things as your stream as the stream that you're modding for gets bigger. It'll kind of get a little bit daunting to know like what people have done and all that kind of stuff. You got different timeout options down here as well. You can ban, you can report, you can do a quick whisper to them as well to like tell them to shut up or something like that. I don't know. But I think this is probably one of the best features that you have as a mod within ModView. Also, another important thing, if your streamer is using channel points a lot, you're going to be able to like mark those as complete for them or refund them, which is really cool. So I can go through and mark these all as completed because obviously we did all those and we're good to go. This whole view is also editable. You can go to add and remove widgets. You can add widgets that you want and remove ones that you do not want. And that's pretty much the important pieces of ModView. Yeah, so let's move on. Number 4 is all about welcoming people. As a mod, when somebody new comes into the chat, you want to make sure you welcome them to the stream. And you don't want to go overboard with this and be all weird about it. It takes a lot for some people to say hello in a chat. Make sure you welcome them and introduce yourself or say what's up or hello or welcome. I don't know what it is, what your stream is like, but just make sure you're a welcoming force because other people are going to see you do that and then they're going to start welcoming people as well. So it becomes a very positive and open community when you do that. Number 5 is all about adding commands. Now, this is a little bit of a in-depth thing, and so I'm not going to go all the way into how to add commands. I do have a video on that, so if you want to jump over to that video really quick, I have how to add commands on Nightbot, Streamlabs, and Stream Elements, so go in the cards up here. But just a little something on adding commands. It's not only about adding commands for things that are, you know, oh, my YouTube or my Instagram or whatever. You can actually add commands that really help engage the chat, and you can get creative on this side of things. Like something that we have this thing where people think I scam them. It's just a meme, right? It's just a meme that I scam them in my community or something like that, right? And so we have a scam counter. So if you go ! Scam, it'll start to count up. I think we have it over like 1,000 at this point. And so whenever like I make a joke about scamming or whatever, or they feel scammed when I play a certain game or whatever it is, they always type that in. And it ends up being a really, really cool thing. And I think there's creative ways for you to do that. My mods have been really good at that lately and creating commands that really engage people and bring people in. Number 5 is going to be how to ban, timeout, and delete one chat message. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. I actually have a video on this, but it's really quick to show you guys, so I'm going to do that. So if you go into your chat, you can go and do this on ModView or whatever. If you go into your chat on ModView, there's going to be 3 dots on the top of the chat, and you can go to show mod icons. Now, how you're going to do this in a regular chat is you're going to go to the little cog wheel, which is like the settings wheel, and you're going to do the same thing, go to show mod icons. What this does is it gives you 3 little, like, I guess, icons where it says, ban, timeout, and delete this message or whatever, delete message. And so you can delete one chat message, which is really, really nice. Number 6 is going to be handling trolls. Now, as a mod, a piece of your job is being the police, but you are not only the police in a chat. But sometimes, unfortunately, you've got to be. And so when it comes to handling trolls, one of the rules that I kind of have set for myself and for my team of mods and stuff is to not make it too big of a deal out of it. So if you've got to ban somebody, I would say just ban them. Don't make this big comment. Put a note on their account of why you banned them, all that kind of stuff. But don't make this big deal about it in chat. The person gets that much more attention, which is exactly what they wanted, and so they might come back and keep coming back. And so as a mod, when you see a troll, handle it. If it's the rules of the streamer to ban them or time them out first or whatever it is, then just do whatever the rule is as soon as possible. Handle it. Boom. It's gone. Maybe even like try to move the chat forward and say like, hey, what is everyone doing today for this or that or whatever it is, pose a question to the chat, but just move things forward. Don't harp on whatever's going on because then it might continue more and more. One thing that you should know as a mod and the streamer should know is what you allow in your community is what your community is going to become. And so you might want to remind your streamer about that if he or she has been allowing more and more trolls into the community. Number 8 is bringing ideas to the streamer offline. And it's just exactly what it sounds like. You want to start to be somebody who's thinking about how to make the stream better alongside the streamer. Now, you don't want to take over the stream and make it your own and all this kind of stuff, but you want to start posing ideas to the streamer. The streamers go through a lot in terms of like ups and downs, creatively. That's what I meant to say. They go through ups and downs creatively. And the reality is, if you can be somebody who's bringing forth maybe a new game that they should try, or maybe you're somebody who's bringing forth like an idea, like a little piece of stream that they could do, or whatever it is, I would say that that's a really, really valuable thing to me as a streamer, because it's actually really, really freeing for me to be able to like pick from those ideas and really push things forward. And it gives you as a mod a little bit more buy-in to the stream as well, because maybe if the person uses your idea, then it's just a cool feeling, then they really enjoyed it, and it's you really help them out, So number 9 is better TTV emotes. I have a video on this as well of how to set these up, but these things will absolutely push the chat forward. I set up better TTV emotes, and once I set those up, my mods actually were the driving force to using those and really pushing those forward. And my chat's been really using them a lot more and more every single day. So I would say better TTV emotes is something you want to encourage your streamer to do if they're not using them. And if they are using them, you kind of want to get more and more people using them as possible. And last but not least, I kind of saved really probably the most important thing to talk about is being the biggest support system of your streamer. And I'm not talking about financially or anything like that. I'm really talking about just being somebody who encourages the streamer. Streamers go through highs and lows mentally, and they go through, you know, peaks and valleys and all that kind of stuff. And you're really there to be somebody who's not just the police, but you're really there to be the main line of defense when a streamer isn't at their best mentally, or even at their best in terms of like entertainment wise and all that kind of stuff. Keep encouraging your streamer because you're so important to that community as a mod. You're somebody who really like pushes forward and keeps, you know, going through the walls and the milestones and all kind of stuff with the streamer. And if you're the biggest support system for the streamer and you're not becoming a troll yourself and all that kind of stuff, it really makes for a powerful relationship between you and the streamer, and you end up playing a really important role in that community, and everyone's going to realize that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful for you, and I hope you have a great time being a mod, but not only being a mod, but being able to impact lives consistently through the community that you are modding for. And again, if you have any questions about anything that we talked about here, you can either come into my live stream Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, or you can stop by the Discord, which is also in the links down below. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We'll see.
And I hope that helped you figure out, that video helped you understand mods more and also help you understand how you want to set your moderation up, right? So do you want to ban people over certain words, like what words they can't say, right? Do you want to ban people? How long you want to ban them for? Like, how do you want your warning system to go? Do you want to give them a warning first, or you want to ban them 15 minutes straight out the gate? You know, how many times do they get banned before you just ban them entirely from chatting on your channel? So these are some of the things that he was talking about, and these are some of the things that I wanted you to pay attention to. Real quick, we got 15 more minutes. So right now, what we're going to do now, we're going to talk about logos, right? So give me a few minutes. So logos are very important to have, right? They're very important to have. It's your brand. You can put that on anything, right? You can put that on t-shirts. You can put that on hats. You can put that on whatever, right? Merchandising, right? Also, you put it on stickers. Your logo is going to be the thing that's going to pretty much separate you from everybody else, because everybody has their own logo. So let me show you a few logos.
Wait,
All
the
right.
logo that was used for.
Okay. All right. So here are a few logos, right? So when you see something like this right here, right? Let me move this. You see something like that. That's Ninja. That's his logo right there. Let's go to, I believe, the Amp logo. That's Casanate and them. Right. This is their logo right here. Amp. You see, that's their banner, but that's their logo right there with the lightning right. You know, you have Amp. You also have something like Pokemon. She actually don't have one. I think I spelled it wrong anyway. Shroud. Right, this is his logo. I like his logo a lot. As you see, is a S, like a short, but it's covering him like a shroud. And we know he played FPS, first person shooter game. So the vertical is right there. So a shroud. Right, PewDiePie logo right here. Or more so this one right here. But not even just that. You have just logos, period, right? Some logo examples, period, right? This right here is perfect, right? So when you see these logos, you know what these logos are, right? When you see the blue bird flying, you know it's Twitch. Well, not Twitch. I'm sorry, it's Twitter or now X. See the giant check right there. You know that's Nike. You see the blue glow, the white and blue glow with the stripes. That's AT&T. The
I can
Apple,
tell the turkey is NBC.
right? The peacock. It's a peacock. That's
Oh,
NBC. The Shell Gas, the John Deere, Domino's Pizza, Windows. These you probably this one at least you would know. That's PBS, and this one is Time Warner. That's a cable company. Let's go to a few
until it
more.
became Spectrum in the first place, because I think I remember correctly, the Time Warner Cable used to be the Time Warner Cable Arena until they changed to Spectrum. So they changed it
Yep.
from Time Warner Cable Sportsnet to Spectrum Sportsnet on TV.
Yep. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find. But you're absolutely right. That's definitely how it went. Let's do car logos. We'll do a couple car logos. All right.
Okay.
Okay. What is this logo right here?
Chevy,
Chevy. Okay. What's this one right here?
Cadillac,
Cadillac. This one right here.
Pontiac,
Pontiac. Yep. Um, what is this one right here?
Volkswagen,
Here's a Volkswagen. Okay. What's this one right here? This is good. What's this one right here?
I think that's supposed to be. Uh,
We'll skip that one because that one is not like that. You don't see that in America a lot. This one right here, we know that's Affinity.
yes,
This one right here is Benz.
Mercedes Benz,
The Mercedes thing. Mitsubishi right here.
followed by Buick,
Could do it. Toyota. Which one is this?
Mazda,
Mazda. Which one right here is this one?
I think I saw this on the on commercial break. It's called Jaguar.
Yep, Jaguar. And this one is Mitsubishi. Give me 1 second. MIT. SUB. Etc.
Let's see. If you miss
Okay. Which one is this right here? We need to know what this one is.
Ram trucks,
Yep, Dodge.
yeah,
Or I guess Ram. Both were the four wings. The four rings is what?
that's called Audi.
Yep, Audi. Which one is this right here?
Volvo,
Volvo. This one?
Honda,
Which one is this right here?
Porsche,
Which one is this right here?
Subaru,
It's Hyundai.
yeah, Hyundai.
Lambo.
That one's supposed to be Acura,
Yep, Acura. Lexus. BMW. Suzuki.
See, I think that one's supposed to be Mercury.
Fury. This right here. Let's see if we did Porsche, Ferrari, Saturn. I see Saturn right there. Aston Martin. I see Bentley. What's another one I see?
How about the one for Fiat?
Fiat.
Fiat 500.
Yep, Fiat. Any more we missing? We're missing the car, not a lot, but missing a few. I'm
Nissan?
not going. Nissan, there you go. Nissan, there you go. Chrysler.
Chrysler.
Missing a few more. Is that Eagle right there, I believe?
Let's see,
Nope.
the Eagle.
Daewoo? Daewoo? Yep, Daewoo.
Daewoo.
A few more. Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo. That's Holden right there. Holden. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna really think on this piece.
Yeah, there's a car.
Citroen.
Alfa Romeo.
You know, Citroen right there.
That name is.
I could have sworn that's Eagle right there, but it's not. Oh, Vauxhall. Yeah, Vauxhall right there. Which one we missing? Oh, just two.
I think that's supposed to be Isuzu. Isuzu. I-S-E.
Yeah, you said Isuzu?
Yeah. I think that's supposed to be a Japanese car company, I believe. Yeah. Wait, the S goes for first. Then the U, then the Z, then the U. There you go.
No. Not going through. I think that's what it is. I think you're right. No, that's Opel.
Isuzu is a Japanese car brand.
Oh, I see right here, the S. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
It's actually seat. It is seat. But I'm not going to get you on a lot of these because a lot of these are not sold in the United States. But I wanted to just do this quiz to show you how recognizable logos are, right? You know most of the logos, right? You knew Infiniti, you knew Mercedes-Benz, you knew Mitsubishi, Buick, Toyota, Mazda, Jaguar, Ram, you know, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Audi, Volvo, Honda, Porsche, Volkswagen, Subaru, Pontiac, even though they don't exist no more, Hyundai, Lambo, Acura, Lexus, Mercury, again, don't exist no more, BMW, Saab, I should have known that one, Suzuki, Saturn, don't exist no more, Fiat, Bentley, even Daewoo, right? Daewoo's around in the States. Alfa Romeo around in the States, Chrysler, of course, Ferrari, Nissan, Aston Martin. But I wanted to just do that exercise because I wanted you to know, see how effective and important logos are. You knew most of those logos, right? And if I did another quiz for like fast food or whatever, just pop culture, whatever, you're gonna know a lot of the logos, right? Even the ones I showed you, like with NBC with the Peacock, Shell with the gas station with the Shell, Time Warner. What's another one? The arches, the golden arches, McDonald's, the redhead lady is Wendy's. You know a lot of these things. The Colonel, the KFC Colonel, Amazon logo, right? And then with logos are just very, very effective. Logo can also have hidden meanings in them, right? A few of my favorite that are hidden meanings are like the Amazon logo, right? Let's go here to the Amazon logo real quick. Not logo. And you can see it, so let me go ahead and hello. Let me go ahead and share that. Okay, the Amazon logo, one of my favorite logos because of the A to Z, right? They have everything from A through Z, and it's a smiley face, which is dope, right? The FedEx logo, another one of my favorites that have a hidden meaning, right? I want you to tell me what's the hidden meaning right here? Like, what's the secret, the Easter egg in this logo? Elijah?
Of course, I'm still here, but I still remember the FedEx logo.
Right. Do you see the Easter egg though?
Wait, what Easter egg? Wait.
The Easter egg is the arrow right here between E and X. Makes saying that it's go fast, it's express. See? It's an arrow right there.
I didn't realize that.
Right. So you have a lot of, even the Chicago Bulls logo, right? If you flip it upside down, the logo, if you actually flip this upside down, it's actually a man. Let me see.
Wait, wait, what?
Yeah, see? It's a man. See the eyes, the mouth angry, the eyebrows. It's a man. He's reading a book. It's the book right here.
Wait.
See?
I didn't see that coming.
Right. So logos can be very, very effective. Logos can have different meanings, like the Baskin Robbins one, right? The Baskin Robbins logo, if you look at the B and the R, the red, it's 31 because Baskin Robbins be called Baskin Robbins flavors.
Yeah,
so logos can have different, it can be very, very effective. They can have hidden meanings, Easter eggs. So it's very, very important. So this is what I would like you to do over the weekend. I want you to go ahead and download this, not download, but make an account. And Canva, right?
Don't you worry.
Okay, Canva is free. What I would like you to do, I would like you to try and make your own logo. You can use sorry. I want you to try and make you a logo. You can use one of the templates for the logos and design it yourself, but I really want you to try to make you a logo. Also, I want you to get used to Canva because we're going to be using Canva a lot starting next week. Next week, what we're going to do is a few things. We're going to start making your mock brand, right? So you can use one of the templates right here and make your mock brand for your business, right? So you want to do small business, go ahead and do that. And I want you to just use your mock brand. Also for logos, I have templates for logos. I believe it's somewhere here, but it's somewhere in here, your logos. But I want you to get used to using Canva though, because this is where a lot of your designs will take place for your mock brands and your logos, right? Because that is something that you're going to have to present to class at the end of the cohort. It's going to be two things, right? Your mock brand / logo, and it's going to be a video that you edit yourself of gameplay. Now, I will tell you the parameters of what I want and what I'm looking for in the video. The video should be no more than 2 to 3 minutes long. Okay? So you need to collect all the gameplay. If you're playing Fortnite or you playing Halo or whatever game that you're going to play, I want you to collect the gameplay. And next week, I will show you how to collect that gameplay in OBS. So, Gabby, set you up with OBS when I get home. Elijah, if you need help setting up OBS at home, let me know, and we can walk you through that. But you're going to use OBS to collect your gameplay. With that, you're going to use CapCut like you do in Ashante class and edit your videos. And I want you to cut it down from 2 to 3 minutes. What I'm looking for is you pretty much being a streamer, right? So I want you to react to your gameplay. I want you to be loud. Not I want you to be loud. I want you to be talking, and I want no dead silence of gameplay. I don't want you just sitting there not talking, right? I want you to be kind of active most of the time. 80% of the time, I want you to be active. Next week, I will have Christian play a video of him doing some casting and him have some gameplay and just how he react and how he's talking. And it's not that much dead silence because to be a effective streamer, you need to be talking most of the time. So that is what we'll be doing next week, and that is what we'll be working on starting next week. Any questions?
Apparently, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Well, Elijah and Gabriel, it's about that time. I am done with my lecture. I just would have at this point, I just would have had you all in the classroom working on OBS and setting that up and everything. But we will do that next week. Um, but if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can please reach me at aramis.singleton@clickservicesnfp.org, or if you see me in class before or after class, put me to the side and I will help you out the best I can. But until then, I am done for this lecture for this class right now. Next up will be Sammy starting at 5:50, 6 o'clock. Um, but I will be here. Me and Christian will be here. So if you have any questions during that time, just go ahead and just let us know. But until then, go ahead and get you some water, something to drink, a snack, chill out, go to the bathroom. And Sammy will be starting his class at 6 o'clock. But until then, I will see you all next week. You have a great weekend. And I'll see you all next week.
All right, talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you soon. Like I said, and stay put. Elijah should be up. No, I'm sorry. And stay put, Elijah. Sammy should be up next soon.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so because it seemed a little laggy on my end, then I just ended up. Okay, so to kind of recap what we're going to be getting into and what these next couple of weeks are going to look like, right? We're going to be learning Python, which is great because very beginner friendly. We're going to teach you guys some of the basics for web development, data science, machine learning, and etc. Yeah. So some of the basic concepts that we talked about last week were variables, which just store information, kind of like a name, right? So an example of a variable is right here, right? So in our case, hydrogen is equal to this value right here. So for it to print value of hydrogen, in order to run it, what is happening? Hmm. There we go. So whenever we call this value, it'll provide us with this number up here, right? Similarly, if we're to call example, it could give us a string, which is used by quotations. It can do things with integers, which are just whole numbers, right? So we can put an expression in there. So like 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 3 is 24. And that will give us our full example. And then we could also rename this to be a float, which is just a decimal number. Kind of bringing some bells. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. So with that, we know that there's different operators, and pretty much last lab what we did was we used some of this information to kind of perform some calculations, right? What we did was we essentially we looked up the molecular weight, we were able to do it, we calculated the midpoint, and we also found the area of a triangle, right? We didn't really do problem 4, but that was more of like a challenge problem. So what we're going to be talking about today is going to be a building up on some of the concepts that we've already talked about last week, right? So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take you guys to the second part, but that way we could go ahead and get started. Okay, input and output. Okay, so for input and output, right? Just to do a quick review, what we did was last week was mathematics. This week we're going to be dealing with more strings and learning how to manipulate those, right? So I wanted to ask you guys, how was your day? You guys will respond with. Hello?
Let's see. If you
If I were to ask you, how was your day? Well, how would you respond? This isn't coding, by the way. This is just like in general.
oh, if you If you ask me how's my day, I'll reply, okay, it was good.
right? So in this case, the input that I'm looking for you guys is the response to how was your day. That would be the input for us, right? So similar to that, we could code some of those concepts in Python, right?
Mhm.
So an input is just something that prompts the user to put in some sort of value, right? So you can use this to input or do anything from strings to mathematics, equations, it doesn't matter. You can really make this pretty versatile, right? So what you could do is you can also put an input into a function of sorts for some arguments. So you have pretty varied amount of uses in terms of what you could do with it, right? Sometimes you could use it as strings, integers, floats, or even booleans um, to respond true, false, yes, no, right, stuff like that. So an example of how you would use these is we'd call the input parentheses and then what do you want to prompt the user? Where this part in the middle gets replaced with whatever you want for the user to do, right? So let me show you guys some examples. So if I were to run this piece of code, what is going to happen is it's going to ask me for my name, right? So let me go ahead and run it. And then I could type in Sammy. And then what happens is I hit enter, and then my name pops up right here. Why might that be? What do you guys think that my name got printed? Anyone?
Let's see, name equals in print name. Uh,
Do you have any ideas?
uh, wait. To make sure, Sammy, is this same VS Code on the Discord, or so I can follow along?
This isn't the same one. This is more so this is an example that I just made. But we'll get into the other lab on the Discord later on.
Okay.
So do you know why my name got printed or do you want me to kind of walk you guys through the process?
Let's see. Maybe you can walk us through the process.
Okay. So with input prompts the user to save or to create a value, right? What we're doing is we're just saving whatever this value becomes. So if I were to do input, what is your age? And save that as age, I could do plus age, right? So I could run it. My name is Sammy. So now it saves that value. associated with name. Name becomes Sammy or whatever I input for the first time. What is my age? My age is 24. And then it saves its value because I'm printing both my name, a space, and my age. Make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
So what would happen if you ran this code? How would you answer the question? So like let's just say that we ran the code for you. What's your name?
Let's see. Let's see. See.
What's your name?
Let's see. Print. Let's see. For an example, if I did my name, print Elijah, and then my age would be 18.
So when you run this code, we'll start off small. What is your name? Your name is Elijah, right?
Yes.
When I hit enter, this first line of code gets executed.
Right.
So this part right here saves whatever you put in right here. So in our case, what is the value that we put in there?
Let's see. Let's see.
What do we have right here?
Let's
Highlighted.
see. It's yeah, my name, and then
Elijah, I think
yes,
you're overthinking it. Let's start off small. You know how we have this question right here, right?
yes.
Is that not the same question that's right here?
It's the same question that's on what you wrote, Sammy.
Yeah. So when we have this input right here, all it's doing is printing whatever is in here. But then, in addition to just being a print, whatever we type becomes saved. So what did we type right here?
Elijah.
So what would this really be equal to? What would our name, the variable name, be equal to? If our input that we just put in was Elijah.
Yes. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Print Elijah. Oh. Plus 18. Wait. Am I overthinking it again?
Here. Are you still a little bit confused?
Yeah.
Here. Let me show you on Python Tutor. So the first line, what happened?
The first line?
Because we have a hashtag. Line 2 is currently where we're at. So our name is equal to whatever input of this question is, or this statement. So this gets printed, which is why we see this right here, right?
Yes.
We see, what is your name? So it's asking us for something, right?
Right.
So what should we answer, or how should we answer this?
let's see, the user input would be print name Elijah, then 18.
No.
Wait,
Yeah, I think you're getting tripped up by this line.
wait, number 3. Oh,
Just imagine this line is not there.
okay.
Actually, I'm gonna just delete it and then we'll add it back later. Actually, here, let's just build up. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Name is what? It's a variable, right?
Yes. Name is
And
a
what's a
variable.
in your own words, in like 4 or 5 words? If you had to explain what a variable was to like a first grader, how would you explain it? Do you know what a variable is?
Any variables like
If you had to explain it to a first grader, how would you do it? In very, very like simple terms.
you told me that a variable is one of those mixed patterns, if one of those patterns that gets fixed, right?
Not necessarily. A variable has one job.
I mean, variables are inconsistent, right?
What do you mean by an inconsistent?
Because wait. Oh. I overthink that it's Sammy. We know variables are named containers that store in pieces of data within programs. I mean, they can be manipulated at once if you try to code it right.
Well, yeah, but that's just from Google.
Oh,
I want to hear in your words what is a variable, right? Imagine that you're trying to explain it to somebody that's like 3 years old or like 5 years old, 10 years old, that they don't know anything about computer science and they don't know anything about anything. And they ask you, hey, what's a variable in computer science? What's the easiest way that you would say it?
I would say a variable can.
Okay, how about this? In 2 words, what does a variable do? It stores what?
Data.
Exactly. So that's what I was saying. Right?
So a variable stores data.
Yes.
Okay. And
data can change types, right? We've talked about the different data types, right?
Yes.
What are some of the data types?
Some data types. Wait.
What are the 4 data types? Well, 3 for our cases.
Float.
Yeah.
Integer.
which is also called a.
Wait, ain't introduce called an int?
Yeah,
Okay.
good job, Elijah. And then what's the last one?
A string.
Good job. So what we could do is we can use that information. So in our case, name is just the what? It's a variable, right?
Right.
We're just setting it equal to some data type.
Right.
What would our data type be in this case?
The data types for the case. Let's see.
Yeah, so like what would the data type of whatever this line would be?
Let's see. He- Put. See, name equals input. Print my name is enlarged. Wait, can I overthink?
I'll give you a clue. I think you are slightly overthinking, but I also don't think that it's too intuitive. The input, all it's doing is think of it like this. When we run it, you notice how we have this little red box around here?
Yes.
And you notice how this is the exact same thing that's in here?
Yes.
This is a what? It's a
Wait. Is
what
that
type of
the
data?
variable?
No, the variable is just name.
Oh.
Okay,
Wait. So
we'll
wait.
break it up.
So wait. The what's your name is you're supposed to be your input?
Yeah, so whatever we put in becomes our variable, right? So
Right.
I could put in Sammy, and then what would our name be?
Sammy.
If I were to change this and put Elijah, what would the name be?
Elijah.
What if I were to put Gabrielle?
It would be Gabrielle.
So then what happens is this becomes saved with whatever we put in, right?
Yeah.
So then what happens when we call that same thing? So what's name in our case? Here, let me submit this and then we'll show you. So let's just say that I put in my name as Sammy. What would it print?
It would print Sammy.
Exactly. Right? So now let's add an extra step. So we want to get the name, but now we also want to get the age of a participant. So we'll say age is equal to the input of the participant. So what is your age? Question mark, space. And then put name plus space plus age. All right, so then run this. What happens? So first we get prompted with line 2. In line 2, kind of how we just talked about, we put in some type of data or whatever we want. In our case, let's say the name is Elijah, right?
Yes.
Then what does name become?
Name becomes. Oh wait, the name becomes Elijah. Wait.
Exactly. So now take that same concept and apply it to the age. So now it's asking us, enter the user input for what is your age? You are how old,
18.
right? If I were to hit submit, what would the age be saved as?
18.
But what if I were to change it to 24 now? What would the age be saved as?
It'll be changed to 24.
Exactly. So let's go with 18 and let's hit submit. You notice how there's something called global frame?
Yeah.
This is where our information gets stored. So the name is stored as Elijah. And then our age is stored as 18, right? If we were
Okay.
to now print this, what do you think it would say? What would our name plus empty space plus age be?
Plus investment. It's plus age from there. Would I say that Elijah plus empty space plus 18 would be in there? I mean, I did get
Yes.
my name and the age I got.
Yeah. So it would just be Elijah, empty space, and then 18. Right? So in our case, we have Elijah, empty space, 18. Right?
All right.
So make sense?
Yes.
Great. Here, let's move forward a little bit. So we've talked about the input, right? But now let's talk about the output. The output is just what the user will see when they're running a program. So if I were to ask you what's 2 times 2, the output that the user will see is 4, right?
Yes.
What if I were to change this to 2 times 3? What would the output that the user sees?
6.
What if I were to change it to 2 times 4?
8.
Exactly. So let's go back to this example. There we go. Okay. So our input is what? For name, it's what?
Let's see, the name would be, let's see, name would be Elijah, and then age would be 18, right?
Yeah. And then when we print our name plus age, what is the output that we see? Actually, here, before I ask you that, let me also add this.
Wait.
Here.
Okay. Let's see.
So our name will be Elijah.
Let's see. If I get this correctly, would it be print hello plus Elijah plus empty space plus 18?
Yeah. So, but what's the short form of that? It's just everything in here, right?
Right.
So when we go to last, it's hello Elijah 18. But we still have to add space. So we could add another space. Right?
Okay.
So we could do plus space right here. So it goes hello, empty space, name, empty space, age. Bam.
Okay.
Elijah, 18. And then our last line of code becomes, what is our output in this case, right?
Okay. Hello, Elijah 18.
Exactly. So our input is whatever the user's name would be. So in your case, it's Elijah and then 18. If I was doing this, my name would be Sammy and then my age would be 24. So then what would this change to? What would this last line right here be?
See, it still says a lower large 18.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying hypothetically, instead of physically going back in and changing it. Let's just say that my name was here, so the name changes to Sammy, and then the age changes to 24. What would this line right here change to? Hypothetically speaking.
Hello, Sammy 724.
Exactly. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Now I see.
Good job. The last thing that we're going to talk about before we let you like try the lab and give you a couple minutes are going to be if statements, right? If and else. And we've talked about these before, right? An if statement is just a conditional statement that will execute once a certain condition is met. So in our case, let's just say that we want x to equal 1, and then we want to print hello. That means we have to do if x equals 1, then you're going to want to print hello, right? That will only occur if x is equal to 1. So let's just say that we have a function where x is equal to 0 plus 1. Would hello be met? Would it print hello?
Mm.
Or would having an example help?
If x equals 1, wait.
Here, let me just code it. So let's just say we have x is equal to 1 plus 0. And we'll say if x is equal to 1, we're going to print. Instead of this, we're going to print hello. So if I were to run this, actually here, we'll include both. So right here we have a condition, right? So x is what?
Let's see. X equals 1 plus 0.
X is equal to what? Like as a whole, like not just x is equal to 1 plus 0, but if I were to ask you what is its function? What is it doing? It starts with a v.
A B?
Yeah. A v as in violin.
Wait. Oh, V as in violin. Okay. Wait. I thought they're just like. Is that the variable?
Yeah, it's a variable. And what does this variable equal? It equals this side, right?
Yes.
And what does this equal? What is this whole thing?
X would equal 1 plus 0.
Hmm? And
X
what's
would
1 plus 0?
plus 0.
Huh?
You said 1 plus 0. Wait.
Yeah, but what's 1 plus 0?
1.
So x is equal to what?
X is equal to 1.
Exactly. So now we know what this is equal to, right?
See, if X equals 1,
What are we going to print?
see, print hello. See, you print hello, Sammy 24.
No, don't even worry about this up here. We're just only focused on this part right here.
You meant the if statement.
So imagine that everything else doesn't exist at the moment.
Right.
So how would we say, okay, this is if x, right, is equal to, which means if it's equal to, like physically equal to 1, we're going to print the word hello.
Yeah.
Else, or otherwise, we're going to print the word goodbye. So what do you think is going to get printed?
Let's see. Let's see. Print hello 1. Wait. Oh wait. Did I overthink it again by saying print hello 1?
Yeah, it's not going to print anything with 1. But you are right. What is it going to print right here?
Wait. Remember the hello world you just typed in from the past? You
Yeah.
think about print hello world.
Why would it print hello world?
Oh, we talked about that so.
Here,
I mean,
I think you're overthinking it. What is the word in here?
hello,
And what's this thing right here?
print hello.
So what would be printed if we just ran this line right here?
Let's see. Let's see. Print x equals 1. Wait, no, wait. Wait. Wait a minute.
What do you think it's gonna print, Elijah? You just said
Print,
it.
print
What's in
hello.
here? Yeah.
It says hello, and the whole thing says print hello. So
But think of it like this. This is just a command. So you know how when a teacher or somebody might tell you to sit or stand?
yes,
What is that? That's an example of a command, right?
yes,
And it kind of tells you to do something.
yes.
Well, think of it the exact same way, but for Python, right? Print just means let me see what you're seeing, or print whatever I want to see. In this case, print is just going to be this. And what's that?
Hello.
Exactly, right? But it will only really get to this point if we can get through this point, which means if x is equal to 1, then we're going to go in here and we're going to read it and then we're going to print hello.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yes.
Otherwise, we're gonna do what? What else? So if x is equal to 1, right?
Right.
What's gonna happen?
The else statement, in my opinion, I'd say it would. Would it be x equal to -1? Wait,
No. It has
I
nothing to
meant
do
to
with
get.
x.
I meant to say that. I meant to say. I. Hey, that.
Well,
Well,
let's
you
just
told me
say,
not
what
to
else
get.
are we gonna see? So we know that this is printing hello. What is this printing?
You meant print by. I.
Yeah. So
I mean, if the top one says print hello, that one says print by.
yeah, but I can change it to be whatever I want it to be, right? It doesn't have to just be hello or bye. This could even say Fortnite, and this could say Madden,
Print Madden.
right? So when are we gonna print Fortnite? Under what condition?
If x is equal to 1.
Which just means if it's the same as 1, right? When are we gonna print Madden?
If it's different.
Exactly. Good job, Elijah. Okay, so what is x equal to in our case?
X is equal to 1 plus 0, which makes 1, obviously.
And what would that give us in terms of printing? Are we going to see anything? Are we going to print Fortnite or are we going to print Madden?
Let's see. Ain't you going to print Fortnite first?
Exactly. But why are we going to print Fortnite?
Because X would be equal to 1.
Exactly. What if I were to change this from 1 plus 0 to 1 plus 1? What are we going to get now?
Let's see. You would print Madden.
Exactly. What if I were to change this to 1 minus 1?
Let's see. Ain't you going to print Madden again?
Good job. What if I were to change this to 2 minus 1?
Let's see. Ain't you going to print Fortnite?
Exactly. Does it make sense?
Now it makes sense.
What do you think trips you up the most? What seems to be the most confusing, like, about this whole thing?
In my opinion, it has to be the name and age thing, but I probably understand now, so I think nothing should be confusing for me so far.
Okay, here. So let me go back to right here. Here, we won't worry about functions. So do you have access? Shit. Do you have access to the Discord? Elijah?
I'm still here.
Do you have access to the Discord?
Oh yeah, I still have the Discord.
Okay, here. Let's practice on the second lab with everything that you know. So I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes. I'm gonna send it in the Discord, and then I want you to try to work through it using all of the concepts that we've talked about. What we're gonna be doing is just combining the two. So think about what you have to do. You can make multiple if statements, right? So here, actually, before I do that, just so that way you're not that confused, right? What if I were to do, instead of, right, if x is just equal to 1, if I were to do if x is equal to 2, print Minecraft. If x is equal to 3, print, right, MLB, right? Right, what happens? So now we have if x is equal to 1, if x is equal to 2, or if x is equal to 3, right? And then otherwise. So now what if I were to do 2 plus 1? What is that going to give us?
Let's see if you have 2 plus 1, if you have, I know x is 2 plus 1, which gives you 3. So wait, because that could let's see. If I was you, wouldn't that print Minecraft
No, what's 2 plus 1?
3?
And which one's the option for number 3?
Oh, MLB.
Yeah. What if
It
I were
would
to
print,
change this to 2 times 1,
it's 2
which is,
Minecraft.
what if I were to change this to 2 plus 1 plus 3? Or what's 2 plus 1 plus 3?
6
And what would that give us?
Madden.
Exactly, right? So now that you know you can make as many if statements as you want,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and share this second lab with you.
All right then.
This is all the different scenarios. So if you get x is equal to 1, or if in our case number is equal to 1, you're gonna want to print this. So on and so forth. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and send it.
Okay.
And
I see.
then from there, I'll give you like, how much do you want, like 5 or 10 minutes to work through it all by yourself, and then I'll come back and kind of help guide you through it. Here, let me do this. Let me just look through it. There you go. So now, go ahead and check the Discord, work through it on your computer, and I'll give you like 5 minutes for you to try practicing and stuff like that. Kind of work through this by yourself.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll come back and then we'll talk about this a little bit more. And then I'll kind of guide you through what we should be doing. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me know when you have the file. Were you able to find the file on Discord?
I actually got it.
Okay, good job. Okay, so go ahead and open it up in VS Code. I'll give you until like 7:06 for you to work through it. I'm checking on the lotion. Also, Dr. Day's not it?
No, I haven't seen him.
My sons.
But the sales, the marketing lady came in yesterday, and she set up a marketing meeting for this month.
Okay.
So it's just everything that we're doing. We can still post on social media. We just gotta like correlate with her.
Makes sense. All right. How's it going, Elijah? How are you doing?
This was kind of tricky for. I mean, I couldn't tell what was going on.
Well, have you ever used the magic ball before?
Wait, the magic ball. Wait, the question. Wait. I can't remember about if I used the magic ball or not.
Here, let me Google it so that way you can kind of see. Here, I'll just watch this clip. So you see, you pretty much you just ask it a question, you shake it, and then it gives you a response.
Okay.
Makes sense. So it's like you were like, okay, you know, am I gonna become a millionaire? And then you shake the ball, and then it just gives you like a random answer, right? So give me like, does it make a little bit of sense?
A little bit.
Have you not done something like this before? Where you're essentially like shaking the magic ball, asking it a question and saying what it says.
Let's see. Let's see. Follow me up.
Here, so let's just say, bam, this pen right here that you're seeing. Can you see it?
Yes.
Let's just say it's the magic ball. Will I become rich? I'm shaking it. I look very doubtful. Make
No.
sense?
Yes. Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, so now with that, how would you break up this problem? What is the first step that you want to do? Without coding, without anything. How do you play the game?
Wait. Attributes without coding?
Well, you always want to start off without coding to think about the problem. And then you want to ask, how do I do this coding? How do I use the tools that I know to get to where I want to go. So, how do you play the game? What's the first step? What do I do? What did I do before?
You answered your question. And
Exactly. I asked the question, right?
yes.
So now, how do I ask a question in Python? Right? Or how do I get the user to ask a question in Python? You remember what starts with the letter I?
Int.
No. Something that, remember how I got your name?
Oh, the input.
Exactly. So what we could do is we could just say question is equal to the input of ask me a question, right?
Okay.
Do we really need this? No, not really. But what we do need is we need the input, right? We need a way to ask the user to give us a question and then for us to just like randomly choose names. So now, if I were to say if this number, because this number, this line right here, actually, before let me delete this. Let me make it a little bit clearer. So this number is a random integer between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Right? So what does that mean? It means it's a random integer and it randomly chooses. So it could be anything from 1 to 10, right? Right?
Yes.
So we know that there's 10 numbers in total, right?
Right. Right.
Yes or no?
Is that supposed to ask me a question under yes or no?
Well, no. Don't look at that right now. So I'm just asking about this line right here. I'm just kind of like letting you know that you're choosing a random, or not you. The computer is gonna choose a random integer from 1 to 10, right?
Oh,
Which means it chooses a random number from 1 to 10, right?
right.
So how many numbers can it choose?
10.
Exactly. What's the first number?
1.
And if let's just say this number is 1, what should we be printing out?
Listen. The first, it says it is certain.
Exactly. So how do we write that? So we'll do if number is equal to 1, and we're going to want to print
It
is
is
certain.
certain.
What about for number 2?
Without a doubt.
So now I want you to go back and then do this for the rest of them. And then after that, we'll come back and then we'll fill it in together and we'll see what you got. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and let me know when you're done. So I'll be here. Hi, how you coming along, Elijah? Which number are you on?
No worries. I'm still remembering.
Okay.
I'm about to make my way to number 3 now.
Okay.
Make sure that. Oh, I should. Come on. Come on. Yes. Come on. Come on. Let's see. Wait. Now let's see. Number 4 is the.
What number are you on?
I'm at number 5 now.
Nice.
Let's see. Put this in the bag. See. Number 6. It's 6. Wait, what am I doing?
What happened?
Wait, what does that say? See, it's not.
Yeah, here. Cannot predict now.
Hmm. For some reason, now I see why, and that's what makes it terrible. And cannot predict now. So I just got myself. Never mind. Let's see. 7. There we go.
Good job.
8.
Here, let me move it over. Because I know you already passed 7.
Okay, I think we're done.
Okay. So what did you end up getting?
Let's see. Wait.
In
It says-
terms of when you how does it look like for you? So it says if number 1, like from your end, what does it look like?
Let's see. I got if number 1. Wait. I think I got all of them. Let's see.
Yeah.
I got the first 2 that you taught me. If number 3, print most likely. If number 4, print yes. 5, print ask again. 6, print cannot predict now. 7 is don't count on it. 8 is my print. 8 print and my relies no. 9 is very doubtful, and 10 you may rely on it. I think that should be good for the first one.
Yep. So now here, let me go through. And then the last thing that I want to do is just do else. Just yes. Maybe. Even though this isn't on there, but you know, might as well, right? So now, have you tried running the code yet? Elijah?
Yeah. Let's see.
Have you tried running it?
Wait. Wait, you said number 5 is ask again later.
Yeah. So here, let's do this. We're gonna print the number. We're just gonna see what happens. So what you should always get in the habit of doing is running the code once you're done. So I'm gonna run the code. The number I see here is gonna be 5. No matter what I ask, what should the answer be? What that we get from the code? Elijah?
So it says print. Don't count on it.
If the number is number 5, what are we gonna get?
Ask again later.
Exactly. So no matter what I ask, that should be the answer, right?
Right.
So let's try it. So go ahead and ask a question. Any question.
Wait.
Or at
Wait.
least ask it to me so I can type it in.
Wait. You said if you. Wait. Did you say you print number 7? Wait.
What? No. Number 5. That's what the number is.
Oh wait. Ask again later.
Exactly, right? So that's what that number is gonna be, right? Or the answer, my bad. So no matter what we ask, that's what we're gonna be getting, right?
Hmm.
Here, let's try it. Give me a question, Elijah.
Okay. Let's see. If 5 is ask again later, so
Here, don't worry about that right now. Just ask me a question.
if number is equal to 5.
Elijah, you're getting off track. Here, just ask me a question.
Oh,
Like, will I be rich? Will I have a girlfriend? Will I get married?
let's see.
Am I a father? I don't know. Whatever random question you can think of.
Would I be rich?
What? Here, I'll just do this. Okay. So you notice how it said, let's try it again.
Wait,
Okay, so let's try this again.
what happened? And as you
Here,
typed it.
my bad. Let's run this code again. Let's ask another question.
Oh, am I a father?
Okay. Without a doubt. Damn, Elisha. Where are your kids? No, I'm just playing with you. But
You got me.
but do you know why it gave us without a so without a doubt is one number.
2.
And you notice how this number right here, it is what? When we printed this number, what did we get?
If we printed that, wait, printed with 2?
Exactly. So you notice how this number right here matches to this number right here, which is why we ran it and we got this, right?
Yes.
Let's run it again. Let's ask another question.
How about would I have a wonderful job?
Okay. And it says cannot predict now. And what's cannot predict now? What number is it?
Wait. 6.
Exactly. And you notice how the number that we have up here is also 6?
Yes.
So we know that they match,
Mhm.
right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Any questions? Are you confused about anything so far?
If 6 is cannot predict now. Wait, number 1. Wait a minute.
What are you confused on?
I thought for some reason I would say that it is certain would be for real. Wait. No.
But that's not the number that was output. The number that was output was number 6.
Oh. Six is cannot predict now. All right.
All right. So if we run this again, the number is 9. What is the answer no matter what I ask gonna be?
Well, number 9 is very doubtful, right?
Yeah. So what's it gonna print?
And you may rely on it
Why?
because. Oh wait, it says ask you a question. Wait, what did it say? I'm gonna the question.
What's the number again?
9.
So
It
what
says
should the answer be?
very doubtful.
Exactly. So no matter what I ask, right? It says, well, I died today. And it says very doubtful. So you notice how this matches up to whatever number is here.
Mm.
So now let's go ahead and try taking this off. If I run it, I should be able to know what number it chose. So let's ask you the question on, is the sky blue?
Is the sky blue?
And it says very doubtful. So what number did it just give us?
9.
Exactly. Now let's run it again. Is Elijah good at Madden? Oh, it says don't count on it. What answer is that? What number did it give us?
7.
Good job. Right? Does it make sense?
Yes.
What are your questions?
I no questions.
Okay, so here. Now for problem 2. Here. I'm gonna get rid of this code. And what we're gonna do. So right now, I'm gonna give you a couple minutes. For number 2, what I want you to do is create a basic calculator. So what I want to happen is this. You have a number 1, which you ask from the user. You have a number 2, and then you have some operation. In our case, it's called options, right? So if I were to say I want 2 plus 2, right, what would the option be the operation in the middle.
Let's see.
We know number 1 is 2, and we know number 2 is 2. So then what should we do for the option?
Multiply it,
No.
add it.
Yeah. So I want you to take a couple of minutes and try to think about the different types. So you have addition, you have what? What else?
You have subtraction,
Yeah. What else?
division,
And then
multiplication.
so let's just do those 4. And similar to how you did number 1, try to do number 2 like this, or problem 2. So I'm gonna give you like 5 minutes and then we'll come back and do it all together.
Okay.
Does it make sense? Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay. I'm here if you need me. Thanks. How's it going?
After what I saw, you told me you number 1 and 1 is 1 and 2 is 2. So
Well, no, think about these numbers as like any number. Number 1 could be a million. Number 1 could also be 2. How does a calculator work?
does the calculator work?
Yeah.
You just like type up a whole bunch of buttons and then until you get the answer.
Kind of. The basics of it is you take 2 numbers and then you do some sort of operation to them, right?
Right.
So, in our case, what are the different operations that we could have? You mentioned them earlier, right? All we need to do is just apply them. So here, I'll walk you through the first one.
Okay.
All right. So here, the first one is just this. If the option is equal to plus, then we're gonna want to add number 1 and number 2. right?
Okay.
What should happen if the option is negative or subtraction?
Wait. So it will be E-lift?
What? Oh well, no. Technically, I mean, we'll talk more about ellipse
You said
later.
it was different, right?
Well, yes, but no. I mean, elif is just the same as an if statement, but you have to. There's just different rules. Um,
Oh.
let's just stick with ifs. Next week we'll talk about ellipse. So what if this was a plus? We see this is a plus and this is a plus. What if this is a minus?
If this is a plus, that means we add,
Yeah. What about if it's a minus?
subtract,
What if it's a multiplication?
multiply,
And what if it's a division?
divide.
So now go ahead and try coding it.
Let's see. Number one and was number 2 equals number 3. Wait.
Go ahead and just try it. I gave you the first answer. Now all you have to do is just change a couple of things. I believe it.
Wait. Wait a minute. Do I feel like these are all written out by you, Sammy? I mean, you gave me the first one. I believe you gave me all of them. And before I got a chance to try out number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, wait a minute. Do I? This code will take the input of. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, I'm confused.
What's confusing?
Well, you already gave me the first one, but for the other 3, subtract, multiply, and divide. I mean, how on earth did I not see this coming?
I believe in you. Do you just want me to walk you through it?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because once you know, you won't be able to go back.
Yes.
Okay, so here. Right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get if the options is equal to minus, we're gonna subtract, right? If the options are equal to the multiplication, then what are we gonna do?
Multiply.
Exactly. And the last one is division, right? And that's all you have to do.
Right.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Are you sure?
It does. Yes, I'm sure.
So, I mean, I think we're in an okay spot. We'll just keep working through it. I think we have time, which is the good thing. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
No.
Are you sure?
Actually, I do. So, can it be any number I can do as an input?
Yes. So here, look it. Choose any number that you want.
Can we do a 24?
Choose another number.
78.
What do you want to do with them?
I want to start adding them up. Wait.
So what's 24 plus 78?
24 plus 78 will give me.
What's 4 plus 8?
12.
What's 7 plus 2?
9.
Plus 1?
10. I get 108.
Well, no, 102.
Oh,
Yep. Make sense?
yeah.
Let's try something even bigger. Let's try 1,000. Choose another number.
How about 200?
What should we do with them?
In my opinion, I had to say you like multiply them.
Okay, so what's 1,000 times 200?
1,000 times.
What's 1 times 2?
Maybe. Let's see if I get this right. 200,000.
Yeah. 3 and then 2. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? Here, actually, one last one. We'll do a negative number. Minus 24. Choose another number.
How about 84?
What do you want to do with them?
I think I know how they can get back up easily. So minus 20, negative 24 plus 84 would give me like 60.
Yep. You think?
Yeah.
So it works with all the numbers that you can think of. All right. So that's all you have to do. All you have to do is just change the different multiplication, division, subtraction, and then just tell it what to do with the numbers.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll call it there. Since it's already 54, I want you to be able to enjoy your weekend. And I'm gonna help clean up over here as well.
Okay.
Okay. You got it? Did you learn something today?
Yes, I did.
Good job. I'm proud of you. You're trying very hard, and that's all that matters.
All right.
Yep. We'll continue out next week. Next week we'll talk more about ellipse and stuff like that.
All right.
All right. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, take care. Enjoy your weekend.
All right.